Our next Director of Athletics is Mark Coyle, who comes to us from the University of Kentucky, where he served for 7 years, first as an Associate AD, then Senior Associate, now Deputy Director of Athletics, where he has key responsibility for UK's nationally known basketball program. We are very fortunate to get someone with Mark's experience and talent, someone who will bring best practices from his school and conference experience, both from the Big Ten and the SEC, to the business of running an athletic department in these very complicated times. Mark will provide superb leadership experience in sports marketing and communications. He is a graduate of Drake University, where he played football, by the way, with a bachelor's degree in English and master's in teaching, and received a second master's degree in sports administration from Florida State University. He worked for the University of Miami in marketing, event management, and season ticket sales before being recruited to join Host Communications, a premier sports marketing and communications firm. At Host, Mark played a key role in managing the company's multimedia marketing rights, working with the finest universities and athletic conferences in the country. Mark left Host to spend 4 years at the University of Minnesota, working in marketing, communications, ticket sales, and licensing. Mark also has the experience to take us to the next level and broaden the base of support in fundraising for athletics. While at Minnesota, Mark was recruited back to Kentucky, this time to direct fundraising, where by all accounts, he was phenomenally successful. He was then promoted to Deputy Director of Athletics and assumed responsibility for the basketball program, giving him valuable experience in managing key individual sports, providing support to coaches and their staffs. I am absolutely certain of Mark's commitment to a demanding level of compliance and to the highest degree of personal integrity. I know he is committed to assuring that a compliance infrastructure and a culture of compliance is in place so our staff, coaches, student athletes, and boosters have what they need to stay compliant with NCAA rules and regulations. Mark is devoted to the welfare and success of student athletes in all they do, including their academic success, and he will assure that Boise State continues to distinguish its student athletes in academic success, as evidenced, by the way, by recent awards for student athlete APR scores and graduation rates, including the recent award for our football program being one of 2 in the nation with a 100% graduation rate in 2007. And speaking of our current successes, I want to take a moment to thank Kurt Apsey for agreeing to and doing such a great job of steering this ship during one of the most challenging times in the history of our athletic department. He has been such a great team player and someone I could count on at every turn. I hope Kurt will continue to be a key player on this team, and we all know how much there is to do to move to the next level, not the least of which is stadium expansion and assuring the success of all of our coaches. It is now my pleasure to introduce our new athletic director, who is joined by his wife, Kristen. Kristen, please stand up so people can see who you are. A physical therapist currently with the University of Kentucky Medical Center. Kristen is in sports medicine. She and Mark have 3 children, Grace 9, Nicholas 7, and Benjamin 4. Ladies and gentlemen, boy, have I waited for this moment for quite a few weeks, and it's a delight and an honor to welcome Boise State's new athletic director, Mark Coyle, for brief remarks, after which both of us will be available to take your questions. Thank you very much.
First off, I want to thank everybody for being here today. I know it's short notice. My wife and I landed here yesterday at about 2 o'clock, so you can imagine what I've been through for the last 26, 27 hours from that standpoint. But, you know, I do want to recognize I'm incredibly blessed to be here today. It has been a journey. I've been in this field for 19 years, and I'm so blessed to be here today at Boise State University. And I'm here because there's several people who helped me to reach this level. And I want to thank those people. First, my wife, Kristen, and our 3 kids, Grace, Nicholas, and Benjamin. When you work in this business, you spend a lot of time going to games, going to events, going to dinners, receptions, and they're always with me, and I'm so grateful for them, so thank you. Second, I need to thank Mitch Barnhart. He's our Director of Athletics at the University of Kentucky, and he's been an unbelievable mentor to me and my family, not only from a professional side, but also from a personal side. And I've had 7 great years learning from him, and I look forward to taking some of those tactics and bringing them here and applying them to Boise State University. I also need to thank Joel Maturi, who's a director of athletics at the University of Minnesota. I spent time with Joel, and I have great respect for him, and I would not be standing here today without his support and his guidance. I also need to give a special thanks to Candace Chaffin and the K-Fund staff and the many K-Fund donors back in Lexington. The K-Fund is our fundraising arm, and I would not be here today without their support and what they've done. As Dr. Custer referred to, we've had incredible success in fundraising, and our K-Fund staff and our K-Fund donors, the people who believe in what we were trying to do in Kentucky, have put me here today, and I'm so grateful for that. I also want to thank the staff. I see some staff in the background, Coach Pearson and some of the other coaches for being here. I had a chance to sit down and talk with them, and we're truly excited about this opportunity of being here. And of course, I need to thank Dr. Custra. You know, this has been a dream of mine. You know, my wife and I have been married almost 13 years, dating 2 years, and for 15 years we've talked about this day and this moment. And this would not have been possible without Dr. Custra and his wife, Kathy. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. And I promise you, my family will give every ounce of energy we have to make this a first-class experience for our student athletes, for our coaches, for our staff and administrators, and we're going to do everything we can to take Boise to the next level, and we're so grateful to be here today.
Thank you very much.